Alright, these are the parts I'm working with. Outer tie rod, sway bar linkage, the longest in the business. The smaller the car, the longer the sway bar. Go figure. Slotted rotors, I've done the two rears and the driver already. Ball joint, hub bearing. Remember with the hub bearing, the SK bearings usually come with this cap. One side's magnetic, the other side's not, so pay attention when you're putting them in that the sensor falls on the back side of every hub bearing. Because if not, you gotta destroy the bearing, buy another one, and redo it again.
Now what's the back side? The magnet side or?
The back side comes with a cap, that's the magnetic side.
Okay.
And you can put anything to it, it'll kind of stick, do a little sticky. So we're gonna put some bearings, and we got some new brake pads. Usually I buy the whole kit for front end. Detroit Axle is where I get most of my front end parts. They're not sponsored, but for some reason you get your bang for your buck. Call it spare change for a reason. You don't want to spend all your money on fixing your car. When you spend minimal money, do it yourself and do it right. All right. Now over here, I set up all my tools, what I'm gonna need. Anywhere from a 19 all the way to a 10. Got my brake caliper hanger, a couple open wrenches, my old trusty Milwaukee for the axle nut. This is the best thing I've ever found to take them off with. Just remember some of your axle nuts, they're crushed in here. So I use a pin punch, open it up, and then I use a small slotted punch so I can work it out, and then I'll pop it with that. And that's basically it.
What type of ratchets do you have on there?
Well, I use my ratchet, 3/8 ratchet, just to make things go a little quicker. Extended ratchet, they're pretty good, not a snap-on. I could buy 6 of these for one snap-on. Harbor Freight, works pretty good. Okay. I haven't had any problems with it.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh. It's pretty good. I put some real cranking on this thing. And when I mean cranking, I don't crank plenty of power into it, and it still survives, which like a little dirty, but hey, it is what it is. And this tool here, it's actually a set. It has a hole in the center. It's made by Craftsman. This is the easiest way to take out any sway bar linkages, because with a hole in the center, you can put your Allen wrench through the hole, hold the center, the screw, and loosen that nut. And don't need any other tool. This right here is made by Craftsman, not a sponsor, but it's pretty cool, especially when you got a long pole and you need more room. You go right down the center, and it removes it, comes in every size, and it comes this way. I have mine hung on the wall in inches. It goes up to 7/8, and I believe this is a 19. So starts at an 8, and you work your way. No, starts at a 10. My bad. Starts at a 10, and you work your way up to a 19. And on this side, starts with a 3/8, and it works its way up to 7/8. Like I said, they got a hole in the center in case you got to use a second tool. And this one I find to be a lifesaver. Don't need no cutting torches. No way of, you know what I'm saying, trying to struggle to get a sway bar linkage. Sometimes you got auto tie rods, they got the box top, and you got to hold the top and get a wrench. This right here, lifesaver. Made by Chrysler. You can look it up on us. The wife got it at Sears as a gift. And she ordered it online and we went and picked it up at a local Sears store. So, with all that said, let's get to work. All right. We're going to go center punch. Okay? That's simple, folks. Your little trusty Dusty over here. That's a lot of power. Milwaukee, not a sponsor, but this M18, as you see, a broken stud. I did that the other day. Putting the stud back in. Yeah, you don't want to crank on this one. So, I'm going to replace that stud also. I'll do that on the press later. But, axle nut, I hang everything somewhere. So I know where everything is. I usually just put my axle nut there. Boom, grab, punch, get your axle in a little bit. This way it's already started. You ain't got to struggle with it too much later on. So, now, I'll go ahead and put my tool here. And, hold on a second, right with you. Alright, here we go. Got my wrench here. Put my Allen wrench in. Alright, pop it loose. Oh, nice and loose. Straight jump. All right, got a nut at the bottom. Alright, there it goes. And I'll give you a little demonstration on how this works. Okay. There goes your center for your Allen. Boom, you can do it with an open wrench, like so, but you know, the ratchet's a lot quicker. You drop that in there. Drop your Allen in there, and now you can a lot easier with the hole in the center. So that's your sway bar linkage. Move that out the way. for the brake line itself, just to move it out the way. That's a 12mm bolt. Okay. That's out the way. We're going to go ahead and grab the same 12mm for your brake calipers. One here.
That's the ratchet with the swivel head.
Yeah, this is the long Pittsburgh Harbor Freight. And it's got an angle head. Alright, that's one. This is two. I take a flathead screwdriver, shove it in the hole, and bring it back just a little bit. Alright. Makes it a lot easier to take this off. Got my hanger somewhere here. Hang that off the spring there. So now I will remove the sensor or the speed sensor for the hub. It's a 10mm bolt. It hides back here. Be very careful with this thing. You don't want to break it. It's got a 10mm bolt. And wiggle it and it should come right out. That's your speed sensor for the hub. And where my towel go?
Behind you.
Behind you. You know, careful, just wipe it down a little bit, you know. Take it, put it over here with the caliper. Let it safely out the way. I'm going to remove it from this little pinch tab right here. Give it a little more slack by removing this little pinch tab right here. There you go. Got a little pinch tab, squeeze both ends. It pops out of the bracket. You can hang it over that. So this way, hang that there. Now you get to your two bolts here on your strut to release your hub hanger on your knuckle. So now grab some needle nose. Got a cotter pin here. This is for the outer tie rod. Cut that off. Get a 19mm. And we'll loosen up this nut here. Okay. Alright, I just loosened that up for now. I'll go back over here on the brakes. You got these two pad holders that goes from pad to pad. Then we'll go ahead and remove the two bolts in the back for a caliper hanger. Pad number one. Pad number two. Yeah, there's nothing left to these. Alright, got 17 back here for the hanger. one here, and one down here somewhere else. Right about here. Bolt number one. Bolt number two. They're both 17s. And be careful, you got hardware right here. We'll clean this up when we install it. Put some grease so the pads will slide nice and easy. Okay, now that we got that off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the steering arm off. Everybody uses different techniques. I just shock it free. A couple of hits with the sledgehammer. There it goes. You can use a 4, you can use just different tools out there, but I'm very old school. You hit it, shock it, falls right off. And this one is, you got completely junk. Alright, that's out of the way. Now, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to take out this rotor here, and then we'll go down and take the cotter pin off the ball joint and get that loosened up, shock it out of place, and we'll continue on.
So how do you know that that one's not any good?
Huh?
How do you know that that one isn't any good?
What is it? Look, this?
Yeah.
It flops around like a drunk man. Just left the bar. If you get the other one, they're very stiff.
Am I looking at this?
Yeah. That's like a drunk man. Now this guy here is so stiff. It just came out of the bodybuilding shop, you know? It just came out the gym. It's stiff. God, Jesus, that's stiff. Yeah. But that's the difference between them. You know?
So you want it nice and hard and stuff.
No, not nice and
Just
hard.
like
Nice
I
and
like
stiff.
it.
Not hard, stiff. So, got a little handheld impact driver.
Here goes the light.
Stop a minute. Oh.
So what is that thing you're using?
Handheld driver. Handheld impact driver. It's a T-count. Not a sponsor, but they're pretty good. It'll save the screw from T-ton.
Tecton?
Yeah, impact driver set. Got it on Amazon, $13 I think it was. Not a sponsor, but you know, pretty good tool to have. Alright. That rotor is spent. See the grooves in that thing?
Looks like an old record.
I've seen records with less grooves than this. But anyways, that's garbage.
You watch the kids now are like, what is the record?
Alright. Now, we want to move on to our ball joint. ahead and turn it this way. We got a counter pin. If you come over this side, you see the counter pin down there? It's down there. So, that, grab a. Okay. Oh, see that? That holds the bolt from coming out. Now we just need a, what about a 17 or 19? Let's see. Let me confirm that. That's going to be a 17.
Hopefully they can see us. This isn't a great angle.
Oh, hold on now. See right there?
Yeah, it's just tough to see. Okay.
Let me see. Where's my hand at?
You see the
Okay, see the wrench? Okay. All right, loosen that up. One thing this nut is not going to do is come all the way out. It's just going to come up far enough. Come on this side. Right there. Get on this side. Get the stool over here, baby. So you can see.
Got it.
Boom. Right there. Bomb. Now. There it goes. Shock gear. Loose. And it's out. Okay. So my lights back in here. Now that that's out, should be able to pull out. Oh, good Lord. There's something leaking back here. Yeah, this hub exploded like the other one. Clean this up a little bit. All right.
That's in the bearing, isn't it?
Yeah, the
It's gonna be
bearing.
bad.
It spit all the grease out like the last one. So that's the axle, that stays there. Everything else is loose. Now we're gonna go after the knuckle. And I am short sighted. Alright, go up and remove it. This knuckle here, 19 on one side, 22 on the other. That's one. And that's two. Okay. Pull the bolts out. Pull the bolt out. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess the tampon done blew up and all the grease fell out. Yeah. That's no good. Look at this. Yeah. No resistance. Not a little play in it, but that's done. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and change. Oh my God. Yeah. This young lady, she likes to go mudding in an Acura ILX
No.
2015.
No, she doesn't. Anybody that knows Orlando knows how bad the roads are here. Always under construction, full of holes, and I-4 nightmare.
Yeah, but this here is good Lord, a disaster. But we're going to continue on. This board door is going to have two different sizes. It's going to have 18, 17. No, it's going to have a 17 and a 19. The two front ones are 17. The back ones are 19. And they're loose. This is what happens when somebody does a job and don't do it right, because you're not supposed to do that. These are loose. These are junk. That can cause vibration from here for not being torqued properly or tightened up the way it's supposed to. That vibration will lead to this. Sometimes not sitting straight, and if it bounces around a lot, you know, this is the end result. But we're going to correct that today by putting in new ball joints, auto tie rods, and the hub bearing. And we'll redo the brakes while we're at it. Slotted rotors and some ceramic pads. So, go. You got the clean towel video ready? Thank you very much. Alright, where's my 19? Well, I had another 19 right here. It's going to be an 18 now. 18 it is. I can't believe how loose these are. I didn't put them in, so it'll be done right now. Okay.
So
Copy
that's
of
kind
order.
of as bad as leaving your lug nuts hand
Yeah,
tight.
just as bad.
Great.
Yeah.
What did you want?
The ball joint, please. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
These ball joints, like I said, Detroit axle. The whole set, ball joints, in and out of tie rods, sway bar linkages on both sides. I think $87.
Yeah, it's a good price.
They're not a sponsor, but that's what I use.
Did you order those through Amazon?
Yeah, I got those through Amazon. Yes, ma'am. Can I have the bag over there? With the hardware, please. And the thing I like about Detroit axle is that most of their sway bar linkages, their ball joints, they come with grease fittings. This, no grease fitting. When it dries up, it's just junk. So, I'll go ahead and put this in. I'll get this in. I'll get the outer tie rod in. But the inner tie rod is still good. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? The boot is good, it's not leaking. 2015 is a fairly new car, so we're going to do the outside. And we'll get the sway bar in. And then we'll go on the press and get that whole hub bearing on.
So is this normal on a 2015 car for just to be a couple years old because with the roads or because with the mileage also?
Well, the car has, it's just what, 200 miles under 100,000 miles, so they've been on there for probably, you know, since the birth of the car. So, got some money worth out of it, but I don't know if they were changed by somebody else at $60 or what. I just know that they need to be done. Really bad. If you want, you can check my other video when I did the rear end. That video will be up also. Because I did the rear end first, because we was waiting on the front hub bearings. So I went ahead and did the rear video. If you want, you can take a look and show the slotted rotors that are back here. And that video also will be up. And at 100,000 probably, I'm going to go ahead and do the video for the timing belt on this 2015 Acura ILX.
And how do people usually notice when they start going bad?
The hubs? What, the bearings?
with bearings and
Well, the
sway bars
hubs,
and
you can
everything.
hear them because they start screaming. You just get a loud hum with the bearings, and then with your ball joints, your car's like unpredictable. A lot of shaking in the steering wheel. You try to get it up to 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, and you get a bad vibration. It can come from your ball joint or your outer tie rods. So,
And I know when I was driving about 70, that's when I first started noticing. I thought it was a bad tire, and then it started getting worse and worse. So eventually, it was when it was probably about 50 miles an hour. Even you could start feeling a lot of vibrations, and
yeah, so
felt like the tires were bouncing off.
hey, there's a number of things when it starts happening. You just got to get every component checked out, and make sure you go to somebody that's reputable, that you can trust. I work on a lot of female cars because the female's gonna get the job done right. A lot of time men, and it's one of the things that bother me the most. First thing they say, oh, it's easy, just take this, this, and this. Okay, get a set of tools and do it. Don't tell me how to do the job that I want to do and what it's going to take. A female would rather save some money so they can buy some shoes, go dancing, whatever, and get the car fixed right. So, just one of the things, they don't want to get ripped off. I show them what it costs nationally on any garage to do the job, and then what I'm going to charge them. So usually, if it's $800, she's probably getting it done for $3. Because there's no reason to charge $800 to do a job that literally gets $300. You know what I'm saying? They got to inflate the parts. Anytime they got to upcharge for every part. If she go pick it up, she's going to save on the upcharge, but they won't let you do that. Because that's how they make their money. I'm not here to rob nobody. I'm just here to make an honest living and enjoy myself while I'm doing it. So, continue on. All right. That's all tight. We're done with that. We want to go ahead and take the big one, huh?
Which one do you need?
22, I think it is.
All right.
This has a pinch bolt in the back. Your outer tie rod has a slot here. Mine on this car is a 17 millimeter. The pinch bolt in the back is 24. Hit it one time, a little force behind it, and it'll loosen this nut right here. I usually take it and I'll squeeze it back into my outer tie rod. Just remember which way it's facing. Some face down, some face up. So I usually just count. Okay, that got me real quick. Hold on a second. This bolt's loose. There we go. All right. I'll just count how many revolutions it takes to get it out. They start like this. 1, 2, and so on. Fourteen times. Ready to go up, please? This is a weird looking one. Actually, that's like a ½ inch longer. So we're going to do a little measuring. And then after we get it going, nice and straight, measure inside the tire, well, the back side and the front side. We get it going straight down the road. We're going to take it to our local tire place and get a 4-wheel alignment on it.
So do you have to have the alignment done?
Oh, mandatory, you gotta have an alignment, I guess. And when you go get an alignment, and somebody tells you to go get an alignment, tell the technician you just want an alignment. And they'll find 30 different things that your car needs. Like with this job here. I've done this job and they've told the customer of mine that they need, whether it be a component, whatever, always something. When you change everything, you change everything. If they tell you if you need something, just leave. Go somewhere else. But if you spend the money to get it fixed already, I need an alignment. That's what you go there and you let them know I just need an alignment. So, we're going to continue. Let me get the sway bar makers, please. These are different. They got an offset on them. So when I take them off, I just stand them up like this inside the rim. And this way when I go put them on, I match them. And this is the other thing I like about Detroit axle parts. This one here, you gotta play with the Allen wrench in the center. You know? Just to get it off, you gotta get another wrench or whatever. But, because the Detroit axle, they got grease fittings, but they got a 19 millimeter back here on the bolt, and you got a nut. So you can hold it back here. You don't gotta stress trying to figure out or cutting it off or whatever. No grinding. Sometimes these get stuck depending where you live at. Northern states, they'll rust up pretty bad. They gotta cut them off to get them off. But Detroit Axle, they're not a sponsor. But I like getting parts for them because they make life easy for you. So, go ahead and slap this on. Again, you got grease fittings. Right here. Alright. This one goes down here. I'm just going to set it in place for now. Leave it loose because I'm going to need to wiggle this around when I go ahead and put the hub bracket back on. The knuckle. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to take this hub off on this bearing. Some people use a puller, some people use other things. I just put it on my jack and a couple of jack stands and I just